Good morning and welcome back. This is technically the first video of 2024. A little bit of footage is sort of overrun, but officially this is the first video I've recorded of 2024. And I don't know how much you can remember, but did manage to get the engine in. It is now in. Did have to modify the mounting holes up here just to get it in because the holes were ever so slightly too close. So we just bored them out a little bit so they fit. But we have to do a little bit more modifying because it's not quite sat tidy. And that's going to be the thing for today, along with a few other bits and bobs that are in the shop. If you can remember in the last video, it's all been painted and made to look lovely. And from the last video, it's now got stuff here. As you can see, maybe a van here. That's Mr. John. But this place just looks awesome, admittedly. Now, I've been doing a little bit of thinking of sort of like how I want to change up my content a little bit. And other than putting more clothes on because it's absolutely freezing, I kind of want to sort of do a little bit more of a sort of breakdown type video and sort of show, I know what I'm talking about, don't worry. And see if I can put you somewhere decent. Now, I have been doing quite a lot of sort of like TikTok-y style videos on TikTok, and I know that there's quite a few new subscribers and what have you, and I just want to sort of start off a video with just saying, hi, I'm Carl. I'm currently working out of the doghouse. The other people that you'll see in the video and ongoing videos, John and Di, as we call him, Mr. Di. My hands are like this. It's a birth defect. I know I've had many comments of like, oh, what's happened to your hands? Well, it's a birth defect. This is how my hands are. Been like it since I was a kid. This is normal for me. So there is that. So in case any of you were wondering, then, well, now you know, I guess. Enough of that. We're now on about this. Now, I don't know how well you can see this, but my engine is actually lower on this side than this side. And we have actually measured that, and it's about 20 mil lower on this side than this side. So what we're going to have to do is modify the mount. Now, somewhere around here we go. We do have another mount, which we did get off of another van. So what we're going to have to do, unfortunately, is remove this again. We're going to have to cut this, extend it, and put it back in. And then the engine will sit all nice and level. That is my plan for today. As you can see, I have removed quite a few bits and bobs off my engine already because it needs a good old clean, cushy dirty. Pull this out, get that mount raised, put the engine back in. I mean, I have got a few other fancy bits. John very nicely donated them. But that is the plan for now. I'm going to go get the engine crane. I'll put you here. You can watch me pull this engine bay out. Engine out of this engine bay. And then we can start doing some adapting. So, put you by here. You can have a little watch. Well, there you go. Engine is back out. And now, I did have a little bit of a mishap, but don't worry about that. Now we can start measuring this and getting this all changed and sorted. Easy enough. Right, I'm gonna get a few more bits and bobs done, but pick this up in a minute once we know a little bit more what we're doing. So catch you in a sec. And welcome back. We've all had a little bit of lunch and a cup of coffee, and now we're gonna get back to it. Well, I say we. Mr. Di. Mr. Di's gonna get up to it. He knows what he's talking about. So Mr.
You know, it's scrap again.
It's not scrap, it's brand new. But Mr. Di is going to do that. And then just to help a little bit, I'm just going to do a bit of grinding for him over here. Mr. John. Is Mr. John smiling or not smiling? Yeah, happy. Happy John. Everything good. But I'm going to leave you over here. You can have a little watch of what Di's up to. And you can have a little overview. So I'll leave you over here. You can have a watch. Alright, Mr. Di?
Yeah, man.
And that was just fun. beautiful paint job.
Carolito. Don't even weld up. That's how we fit for the mount.
Well, I don't know how much you guys seen of that, but that's that mount that Di just put in. How much do you say this was raised up by?
30 mil.
30-ish mil, that's been raised up by. We did test fit the engine and it sits pretty much perfectly. So Dynamo is just going to finish welding that off. And we're going to leave him to peace. Yeah, and then we've got to try and somehow match this somehow.
Easy.
Yeah, you say that.
Need 100 or 2.
You never know the difference.
No. Wait.
So we're going to leave Dice to go do that. My job, I'm in Di's bay, I'm allowed. I've ground all this lot backs, exposing all the spot welds so we can get all that off because he needs to replace this lip. And then my job, paint all this lot. Get it all painted because there's bare metal and red oxide, so I'm going to give all this lot of paint just to be nice. I mean, he's doing me a favour, bless him. All go say thank you to Di. But we're going to leave Di to go and do that. I'm going to do this, and I will pick this up in a minute once things are a little bit more further forward. So, not quite sure how much of that you've seen. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Get on. I'll see you in a minute. Well, that's all done. Mr. Di has finished welding all this back together again. I'm going to sand it, give it a little bit of a paint and see if I can get it to match a little bit. But that is now done, which now means my engine will sit a little bit more correctly. Whoop. So, go say thank you to Di for that. Mr. John, how are we, sir?
Not bad, thank you.
What are we doing?
Stripping the head off. There's something went back.
Something something it shouldn't have done.
Yeah. So we're going to do investigation.
So that's Mr. John's job.
I'll show you the crank pulley now and get this in.
Yeah, so what we got, this is the bottom crank sprocket off that one. And we should have a keyway. And this one don't. Obviously that's snapped and turned in. But we don't know why yet. Because there's no damage to the cam or any of the lifters. And we'll pull the head off now and have a look. See what's going on.
So that is the plan with this.
Whether she's savable. Whether she's a good egg or bad egg.
So that'll keep John out of trouble for a few moments. Once he's got the head off of this and he's a bit further forward, we'll come and have a little look. And we'll do some investigation. Well, John will.
Well, there's only couple of things now.
Couple of things and some stuff and then done. So once that's a little bit more done, we'll go see him again.
Once it's done, dead.
Hello.
What's up then?
Having fun?
Always, bud.
Mr. Di's got the lovely, tedious job of getting all this up. Unspot welded.
Loving it.
So far he's made his way up to there. And he's still got all that. Is this the last bit on this van to do now?
Yeah, the van come down fully keep up. And pump never leak.
Yeah, come down for a pump and so far had many welding.
Yeah.
And a turbo.
New turbo.
This is probably, I don't know if you can remember, in one of the other videos a little while ago we had it, it was when Di's ramp was by there. Di had a turbo, was putting a new turbo on it.
All suspension. And yeah, top ball joints. Yeah, and then was cell, and cell turned to cell arch, inner arch,
some patch or two from,
I forgot this thing only
Right,
came in
side.
for a little bit.
and then new wing. Then turn to this cell because it was a bit of rust for that. And when I was start cutting, turn to, well, arch was good, but inner arch was rusty. To do the thing tidy, I have to cut the arch. To replace inner arch. And then was massive on red. So I had to cut the people up to repair all up.
So we're going to leave Di to carry on drilling out all these spot welds.
Yeah.
And then my job, just give this mount a little bit of a paint up some of the bare metal that's underneath here, because I'm not going to be able to get to underneath this when it's the engine's back in. I'll be able to paint this side when the engine's back in, and then once I painted that inside, put this engine, change the turbo, because this is my old original turbo. And there is my new turbo. We'll get John to talk about that in a bit, because he knows more than I do. So she needs to be changed. But I'm going to go across, give this thing a bit of a paint and start to get the engine back in. Right, I'm going to go put the camera down. I'll pick it back up in a minute once we start getting the engine in. So see you in a sec. Right, there's that painted. I mean, well, the inside of it is, there you go, partially painted. I can get all the rest of this once the engine's actually in. I've done around the back as well. So get the engine in and then I can look at doing that. But while the engine is currently out, this turbo needs to be replaced because she's no good. There's no easier and better time to replace this than right now when it's here. And luckily enough, there's a new turbo just here. Oh. Hopefully I can show you this. She's a tad bit bigger. Used to be Mr. John's old turbo. In fact, if we can steal him for a minute, we'll get him to explain what this is. Mr. John?
Hello.
Have you got a moment?
No, not for you.
Oh.
I mean for you. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Would you like to explain what this is?
It's a turbo.
This
It's
is
a gift to Carl from John.
John's old turbo.
John's old turbo that he never actually fitted, and he's kind of regretting it now.
No.
Yeah. John wishes he kept it for himself.
John can keep it for himself.
No.
Not having the manifold back.
I gave it to you as a gift.
What turbo is it, Mr. John?
Not a clue,
Oh.
if I'm honest. It's obviously it's bigger than a T4 turbo. I had it gifted to me, and I'm never going to get a chance to fit it because I'm fixing all you lovely people's vans. So why don't I just drown my sorrows? But why not give it to a good cause? And I'll call it.
I'm the good cause.
Yeah. Here you go. Happy birthday, happy Christmas, all of it. Fuck yourself.
Thank you, Mr. John. So that,
I want everyone to know honestly.
you are a lovely human being. And I won't have a bad word said about you. This is now going to be going and living there. So I'm obviously going to have to remove some bolts and get it done. And also, not that it's getting fitted anytime soon, Mr. John kindly donated that. Now, that is the standard, that's that way around, standard T4 inlet manifold. And here is the new one. Doesn't she look pretty? So that's going to be going on there at some point. But for now, she can live in a parts thing. So, before I put the camera down, how are we getting on, Mr. John?
Not bad at all.
How's she looking?
Mint, actually. It's actually in really nice condition.
Actually does look
Really good, isn't it? For a locked up engine. Obviously she's turning, free of the day.
Oh yeah.
Lovely. So what we're going to put it down to is our bottom pulley much sheared, but it doesn't even valve damage.
By the looks of it, he's a very lucky man.
Obviously we're sending the head off out skim and rebuild. But that'll have to be done now. Probably stick a new cam lifters and set of valves in them. Skim. And yeah, he's a lucky man.
So all in all, this man's very lucky. It wasn't that much damage done to this. Right, I'm going to get this lot torn apart, get this turbo off. So, see you in a sec. Right, actually didn't realise the time. It's a little bit later than we thought. So this is where we're going to leave it. That turbo needs to come off. In fact, I have actually undone the bolts, but that's going to get changed over tomorrow. Do that, give that a chance to dry. But that's going to be it for tonight. We're going to put tools down and get ourselves ready to go. But hopefully we enjoyed it. Quite a productive day. Managed to do my engine raise, which is something I genuinely didn't expect to happen, but that's done. Go over and say thank you very much to Dai. That was awesome. Managed to do a bit on this, and yeah, today was a very productive day. But that is enough of that. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. If you did, please go down, hit that like button, because it will push it out to more people, and the more people that see it, the better. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for putting up with our dumbass. And as always, take it easy.